is Southern New England's trusted news source. ABC 6 News at 6.
Tonight on ABC 6 News at 6, like a scene out of Grand Theft Auto Slow-Mo. A woman arrested after leading cops on a wild chase in a stolen industrial truck. The charges she's facing. Plus, the Department of Health revoking the license of a Rhode Island massage therapist. We'll tell you why in minutes. And for the next 8 days, many in our community will be celebrating a miracle. Stay tuned as we honor the start of the Festival of Lights. We'll get to those stories in just a moment, but first tonight at 6 o'clock, our top story. Some folks in the Ocean State got an early taste of winter when they woke up to snowflakes earlier this week. Thanks so much for joining us tonight on ABC 6 News at 6. I'm Tiffany Murphy. The Rhode Island Department of Transportation today preparing to make sure everyone stays safe on the road when winter really gets here. We're talking snow. ABC 6 News reporter Caitlin Gilhouse has the story.
These new vehicles here, 26 new snow plows will be utilized to keep our roads clear. And we continue to reinforce the message that when we're out doing the work, when our crew is out doing the work, let's make sure that we respect the safety issues that are so important for us, not only for the safety issues for the people that live in our state, but also the people who are working tirelessly to make sure that our roads are clean and safe.
The governor sharing tips for when you hit the roads this winter. Always keep things like snow scrapers and shovels in your car. And when you're out on the road, you should slow down because of slick conditions. Don't crowd a snowplow or drive next to them. Since the addition of the 26 new snowplows, RIDOT now has 168 of their own trucks ready to hit the roads, and they're also supplementing with private vendors, which gives them a total of 425 trucks ready to fight the storms.
New trucks are all have the latest technology in them. They have weather sensors that send back information on roadway conditions back to our operations center, where our administrators and our managers can deploy the resources that we have more intelligently and more efficiently.
The trucks are equipped with new modern features and are corrosion resistant, which allows them to last longer. They also have a GPS system to navigate the roads. The truck's ready to fight whatever Mother Nature brings to southern New England. For now in East Providence, I'm Caitlin Gilhouse, ABC 6 News.
New tonight at 6 o'clock. Take a look at this video from Portsmouth overnight. It was submitted to us by our ABC 6 News viewer Mike through our Now Local News app. Portsmouth police say this fire happened early this morning. A boat was attached to a tractor trailer when it caught fire. Police say no injuries to report, but they continue to investigate. So another big thanks to our viewer Mike for submitting this video through our Now Local News app and helping us keep our community informed. If you are out and about and you see news happening in your neighborhood, we want to hear from you. Share it with us on our Now Local News app. Your videos can earn you points. Then you can exchange those points for things like gift cards along with other prizes. And we might even show your video right here on ABC 6 News. To download, scan that QR code that's on your screen right now or head to the App Store and search Now Local News. Let's get a check of our forecast and bring in Storm Tracker Chief Meteorologist Jeff Banson. We are talking about preparing for winter, but thankfully we're not talking snow this weekend.
No snow this weekend, fortunately for some, unfortunately for others. It really depends. I mean, we have not had a lot of snow. You know, I call 2022 into 2023 the winter of, just no snow here across southern New England. But I don't think that's going to happen again. It's certainly not as we continue to put together our winter forecast, which is going to be coming up in a few weeks here. You want to stay tuned for that. Keep your ears peeled and your eyes peeled. But we did have a couple of snowflakes just west of us. In fact, probably grazed the Watch Hill area. If you draw the Rhode Island border down straight to the water, probably wouldn't get anything. But just that little sliver of southern westerly over to Watch Hill. It looks like Fisher's Island out to Block Island. Probably saw those snowflakes come in. I'm going to let it loop one more time here. I don't know what's being so slow. There it is. And you can see certainly there were some flakes that did make it to the ground level, but that wouldn't have led to any accumulations. Just some nice sights out there. Tis the season for that anyway. Clear skies overnight. We will see plenty of sunshine tomorrow after a cold morning. Temperatures will warm up. Hey, we haven't had the 40s in the last few days, so we'll take it. And then eventually getting into the 50s over the weekend, but we are dealing with a windstorm that's going to be moving in. That actually is the catalyst for pushing that warmer air in our direction. The rain And then the wind aspect is more of the concerning thing with this storm coming our way. Sunday night time frame into early Monday. We'll have much more on that coming up in the full weather. Tiffany.
Thanks, Jeff. We'll see you in a few minutes. Other local stories we're following on this Thursday evening. It seemed like a scene out of a movie on Wednesday morning in Pawtucket as a North Providence woman is accused of stealing a dump truck. 36-year-old Tasha Hayes is accused of taking that truck from a work site on Mineral Spring Ave around 11 o'clock in the morning. Officers were able to catch up with her and that dump truck. They followed it. An officer was able to jump out of the truck and then into the cab. Police say Hayes stopped the vehicle. She was arrested and charged with possession of a stolen vehicle and reckless driving. Pawtucket police on the hunt tonight for this girl that's on your screen. This is 16-year-old Milena Arable. She's 5'3", around 110 pounds. If you have any information about her whereabouts, you're asked to contact Pawtucket PD. A person is dead after a motorcycle crash that happened early yesterday morning. Cranston police say it happened on Old Bald Hill Road. Cops say 40-year-old Robert Seeley died at the hospital from his injuries. Seeley reportedly lost control behind the Tony and Guy salon. He was thrown from his bike. Police say he was not wearing a helmet at the time of the crash. They also believe speed and alcohol may be factors in that incident. Police say his license was suspended and the bike was not registered. A focus on our schools tonight at 6 o'clock. Harvard, MIT, and UPenn all facing an official investigation after a series of House committee hearings over alleged anti-Semitism on their campuses. Republican Congresswoman Elise Stefanik says the probe will have full subpoena power. She also called their testimony, quote, pathetic and morally bankrupt. On Tuesday, the presidents of those schools were grilled over their responses to anti-Semitism on campus. They struggled to answer questions on whether calling for the genocide of Jews violated their respective schools' code of conduct. Meanwhile, on the Harvard campus today, a plane could be seen towing a banner overhead that read, quote, Harvard hates Jews. According to Boston station WCVB, that banner was paid for by a group claiming to represent Jewish students and is planned to fly throughout the days of Hanukkah. The group's statement says that the school's leadership has ignored and abandoned Jewish students. The plane towing that banner was based from an airport in Rhode Island. Today is Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. On December 7th, 1941, 2,400 service members and civilians lost their lives in the 2-hour air raid by Japanese forces in Hawaii. That sneak attack shook America's confidence and pulled the country into World War II. Congress designated the date as National Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day in 1994. Today, officials in the Ocean State gathered to honor the lives lost.
Let us pray that our young people might be reminded of this kind of a day, that those who serve around the world need the support of our entire nation, regardless of party, regardless of faith, regardless of gender, but that we need to be united as a country as we continue to face wars around the world.
Today marks 82 years since the attack on Pearl Harbor. Community members gathering at Providence City Hall for the first night of Hanukkah this evening. ABC 6 News reporter Josh Kerman was at tonight's lighting and brings us a look at how the community is feeling as the holiday gets underway. He joins us now live from City Hall with more. Josh.
Tiffany, one night down, 7 more to go. We are officially into the first night of Hanukkah of 8 nights ahead of us total, and there's a lot of events scheduled to set off as we get into this weekend. Tonight, community members gathering here at City Hall to kick off the Festival of Lights. Here in Providence, the main event coming up this weekend will be the Hanukkah Spectacular downtown on Sunday, featuring food and live music. Tonight's menorah lighting represents an opportunity for the Jewish community to come together as reports of anti-Semitic incidents continue to rise across the country.
People have to do what they feel is best and what they feel is safest, but I think everyone should be proud of their Judaism and their heritage and where they're from, and hopefully we won't have to worry about it one day and I will be out of a job, because I will always be here to teach about the Holocaust, but I hope one day I don't have to teach about anti-Semitism, and unfortunately in my lifetime I don't think that will happen.
The menorah was lit right around sundown, and another candle will be lit on each evening outside of City Hall as the holiday continues. We'll have a full look at tonight's events and some of the events coming up as we get into the weekend tonight on ABC6 News at 11. For now, live in Providence, Josh Kerman, ABC6 News.
Thanks, Josh. Still ahead on ABC6 News at 6, we talked to a local dog owner whose pet had a recent scare from a mysterious illness that's sweeping the nation. Plus, the Patriots are in Pittsburgh tonight to take on the Steelers. Nick Quitt has a preview of Thursday night's football matchup. And a warm-up looks to be in the cards for our weekend, but how long will that last? Jeff is in with the forecast details. You're watching ABC6, Southern New England's trusted news source.